Now as the rest of the field pans through here, 130 riders, as I say, so there's going to be a lot. There's quite a heartbreaking section of the course to be entering when you look up to your right and see riders coming back having done the whole of this Pinball Alley, Medusa and the top line section. It means that you're about 3 kilometres behind. So a little bit later in the race we will see riders coming along here and having a look up to their right and seeing where the leaders are, and knowing that they're pretty much a lap down, half a lap down at that point. Another rider in the field that happy to see out there is rider number, there he goes, right through there now, 124 in the yellow and white colours is Nick Craig, who's been riding World Cup since, well, since they started in 1991. They did the whole season of 1991, and at 42 years of age he's out there racing a World Cup in his home country. And Nick Craig, a great ambassador for the sport, was actually racing back in 88, 89, before there were official World Cups, racing in the European and North American series that existed back in those days. And he's raced in 17 World Championships, and he's in this race today. He actually entered for this race so they could do the Pro Sprint Eliminator, but he thought, why not, let's have a go. So he'll probably join us a little bit later in the commentary booth. He did commentate the race last year for Freecaster, and he's going to join us a little bit later on if he gets pulled. But I wanted him to try and stay there as long as he could, but he thinks he'll probably get about 4 or 5 laps done before the traffic and everything else catches up with him. So let's just try and pick this up for you. This does look like Yaroslav Kulhavi leading, trying to see if that's one of the Swiss Power, right? Scott Swiss Power. There's definitely Kulhavi, plate number 3, and it's Shorter, yes, in plate number 1 behind him. So Kulhavi and Shorter. Where is Absalon? Usually we see Shorter and Absalon out front. See the wind gusting up through the dust there, blowing a lot of dust into the face of the riders. Really, really gusty conditions out there. There's Absalon coming through now, and he's got Tempier just behind him for the Bianchi crew. Well, you can see they're running a bit higher up on the wall. Now there's some spots of rain on our camera lens there, a couple of umbrellas out. So this is the section of the course where we saw the rain last time. It can be very, very localized, but unless it's a torrential downpour, I really do not see it having a major effect on today's race. Might make some of the routes here in the Medusa section a little bit more slippery. When you see where Barry Stander's coming through, he might have already gone through while we weren't able to see him on camera. 22, Luke Kluge going through there, 23, now that's number 9 going through, and that's Carlos Coloma. Next rider up, that's number 36, that's Karl Markt from Austria for the Felt Oetzel team. There's Martino Fruit, who had a great start. Looks like he's starting to drop back a little bit now. As I said, there were a few riders that had a great start that may not actually turn that into something by the end of the race, because they got off the line well. Well, there's plate number 20 going through. That's Ralph Naff, and he's not having a great ride at all. He's a little bit further down on where he'd want to be. Plate number 61. As I've mentioned many times, the bigger the number plate as far as the size of the number, the better the riders are doing. So if they have a plate 96 and they're up in the top 20, they've obviously moved up 76 positions. So keep an eye on that always, to see where the numbers are mixed up and who's with who. So as you've just joined us, we're working our way through lap number 1 of 6 of the second round of the Mountain Bike UCI World Cup. And this is the Medusa section, which is a series of 8 switchbacks coming down towards a bottom area where the tech zone is, tech and feed zone, and also a good place for the fans to watch from. They have a cafeteria and everything set up down there. You can see the light conditions here wreaking havoc on the cameras as it goes from bright sunny to rain to dark, and you can imagine for the riders as well, choosing their eyewear going in and out of the forest sections and back out into the open. It is very, very difficult to have the perfect eyewear for all conditions on a day like today. And you see the raindrops there and then the sunshine, so we're getting all 4 seasons in a day here. And but for most tyre choice, speaking to many of the team managers before the start, they're all going for a pretty standard sort of tyre choice. As long as they've got a good rolling speed and grip on the sides, they're all pretty happy, so no one really worried about it getting wet out there. It's all a matter of having the rolling speed for the fast sections. And as I mentioned before, if we get under 1 hour 40 for this 38, I think it's about 38.5 kilometres is the total distance that they're going to race today. If they get in under hour 40, it will be the fastest race in the last 2 years. So we'll keep an eye on the time for you. But right now we're at 15 minutes, coming up to 16 minutes of race. And there's Yaroslav Kulhavy climbing through that technical section. We saw most of the women having to walk their bikes up through there. I understand that Tracy and a few of the others did ride up, but the men absolutely powering through there. Kulhavy getting a big advantage going up through that right now. Definitely a strong rider. He's the tallest rider in the field, or at least in the top 20. He's 186 centimeters tall. He's riding a 9.4 kilogram bike. It's the hardtail 29er, and he's running on the front. He's running 1.95. Sorry, on the rear 1.95 Renegades for his tyres, and on the front he's running the Fast Track 2.0, which apparently have a little bit more grip than a Renegades. His teammates have gone for Renegades on the front, but he went for a little bit more grip on the front. And being a tall guy with a lot of weight, then that's just to stop a lot of washout in some of the tight corners. You can see Nino Schurter now. He's the man mounting the challenge in second place. He's got Manuel Fumik. He wants someone to come and join him. He doesn't want to be hung out to dry here in the windy conditions. He wants someone else to ride with. So Manuel Fumik now coming up to join him. Manuel Fumik riding with plate number 6 overall in the World Cup. He's in 6th place, and just missed out on the podium to his teammate Marco Fontana in South Africa, so he'll be looking to try and get up onto the podium once again here for the first time this year. And there we see Kulhavy. Now he's gone out to do it all on his own. Out to do it all on his own on a windy day like today. It'll be interesting to see if he can hold out there. We saw Reng Cheng Wan try and do that earlier in the women's race, and it fell apart for her on the last lap. So it'll be fascinating to see just what sort of tactics are employed by the guys who have to chase down Yaroslav Kulhavy. Fontana in there, Absalon there. There goes the Bianchi rider, Tempier. I couldn't quite pick up who that last rider was. It might well be Litcher. There goes Hermida, and that looks like Barry Stander going through as well. Back now as we watch the rest of the riders work their way up towards us, number 32 going through. That's Jochen Kuss for the Merida team. Martino Fruit there. A lot of traffic for these guys to deal with. So there's our lead motor starting it out in the 4-cross section of the track, and under the bridge through the underpass we'll see our leaders coming through. There's Kulhavy, plate number 3, yellow number plate for the team Specialized Factory Racing, leading the race. Tall Czech national champion, had his first win in Wyndham last year, and this race last year he finished 4th. In fact, he had many top 5 placings last year, and he's currently ranked number 1 in the world on the UCI World Ranking, and sitting 3rd overall in the World Cup. So he really is the man of the moment, Yaroslav Kulhavy. After a stellar season last year, he's converted it into a full-time pro contract with Specialized, and he's doing a great job here today, sitting in 1st place. Second now we see Nino Schurter leading the charge. Manuel Fumik sitting in 3rd place. Then we have Fontana and Absalon, and that's the Tempier, the young rider from the Bianchi crew. And try and pick up the next rider for you after Stefan Tempier. Well, black and white colours, I can't quite make that out whether it's one of the Cannondale riders or not. Whether it's Goujon. It could well be Goujon actually. Martin Goujon's got some form at the moment, and that is him, I think. Martin Goujon looks like his style of riding, sitting there right behind Stefan Tempier. So Yaroslav Kulhavy comes through to complete lap number 1, and he does so in 19 minutes 55. That's without the start loop, well, with the start loop included, so a very, very fast time indeed. And we could be looking for a sub 1 hour 40, we'll see. Interesting to see in this next group who's going to lead down the straight. The wind has eased up a little bit by the look of the flags, but we saw the women swapping the leads because of the headwind down the main straight. And you can see them all looking at each other now, trying to work out who's going to do what. It looks like Tempier is the one that's going to take up the speed at the front. So Stefan Tempier goes to front for the Bianchi TX team. And right in behind him is Gugin, then Fumik, then Fontana. So the three Cannondale riders all in there. Absalon, Hermida, Litcher goes through. Now Barry Stander and Christoph Sals are riding together with Todd Wells. So the three Specialized riders riding together while their teammate is out in front. And Rudy Van Hoots goes through, as well as Moritz Milatz. That's our top 14. Maxime Marot for the BH Suntour team. Carlos Colonna, Florian Vogel now going through for the Scott Swiss Power team. Ivan Alvarez, and it looks like Sven Nice going through. Sven Nice in 19th, and Lucas Flukiger rounds out the top 20. So here we are in feed zone 1 as the riders are coming through at the start of their second lap. Taking some bottles, and it's very, very fast indeed for these riders coming through here. They do come through at quite a pace, and the feeders aren't allowed to run along. They must stand and hand the bottle. And we can see this looks like... well, I'm trying to pick up if that was Alvarez going through, but it's not. It looks like it's Rohrbach from Switzerland. So Rohrbach from Switzerland going through, followed by Macht from Austria. Lecharetta, plate number 7, has dropped down now to 25th place. So that's not a great day for Iñaki Lecharetta. And for the British people watching, Liam Colleen is sitting in 40th place. He's started off in 33rd, he's dropped back to 40th. He got 27th in South Africa, so he'll be wanting, there he is going through now in the national colours of Great Britain on the Giant. He's got Chris Yongerwood in there as well, and the Australian national colours. So that's that group going through there now, as you see through the feed zone. They're inside the top 40. Back with the leader, Jaroslav Kulhavi, coming over the bridge, and we'll be able to see there's a gap here from, well, it was 35 seconds when he came through the start-finish line. This is longer than, shorter than 35 seconds here. So he's going to be able to get away from these chasing riders. They're not going to see him when they come down through the A-line. We look up now, see that he's already disappeared out of sight before we see second and third place. So he's going for a bold tactic here to really try and get away on a windy day, and hopefully these two, this second group is going to be messing around too much to be able to chase him down. Is probably what he's thinking, but right now they have to be very, very careful about the overall leaders classification, with Jaroslav Kulhavi sitting in third place. Nino Schurter can't finish outside the top 5. He wants to hang on to that leader jersey. And there's Barry Stander there, the South African, riding plate number 11. Got the national champion's jersey on his back. And behind him his two Specialized teammates, Todd Wells and Christoph Sauser. And it looked like the German national champion going through there. That's probably Moritz Milatz as well going through just behind them. Back up now to the Warragul. And we see our leader, Jaroslav Kulhavi, tackling that nice and easily on the 2.9er. And if he wins today on that bike, it will be the first time that a 2.9er wins a World Cup. And could be ushering in a whole new era of World Cup racing. And there's been talk about it for many years that a 2.9er might actually win. But it's taken a while, and if it does actually happen today, it will be the first time.